get this game out of the way, first round of the playoffs. Who do you guys want to see round one between Jacksonville, Houston, and the Colts?
You want me to start this off?
Go ahead.
Please, God, let it be Jacksonville. I feel like they are a team that is just they kind of just feel very unorganized right now. You got a banged up Trevor Lawrence. Don't get me wrong, they got weapons. They have a nice offense when it's all together, but I feel like they're just coming in they're just stumbling. Like they're just praying to God that they can get through this weekend and somehow get a division title, and then, hey, let's try to see what we do in the playoffs. There's only one team that I don't want to like snub the Colts and say that I don't think that they're that great either, but Houston makes me a little nervous. I don't know if I want to see CJ Stroud in that like a revenge game, like, like that he had to sit out. I don't know if I want to see them. I think we can beat them, but I think that's our toughest task. I think it would be Jacksonville would be the road easiest traveled, as however they say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if the Jags lose, the Colts and Texans are going to beat the crap out of each other Sunday night. So with the Colts, I feel like on paper they have the worst quarterback, but they put up like 37 or 38 against our first string defense. That would also be the shortest distance to travel, which is something you might want to keep in mind. But man, I'm kind of with you on Jacksonville. They just don't scare me, even though I feel like they should.
They should, for sure.
But
yeah,
I think the Texans are definitely the team I don't want to play.
Right.
Without a doubt.
And well, I guess I'll just go ahead and make that 3 for 3. I'd rather play Jacksonville than the other two. I know we've beaten all 3, beaten all 4. The AFC South was our little brothers this year, but
Kevin Stefanski's never lost the AFC South.
Well, that's good to know.
Just a little fun fact.
I agree with a lot what you said, Justin, was what I was going to point out. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, I don't think he's playing this week. He's already been ruled out, banged up.
I think he's game time decision questionable, but
okay.
Yeah.
But either way.
Him, Kirk, and even though Kirk's on the IR, he's technically questionable, and there's one more. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Just fantasy stuff.
I just feel like that's a defense that we can go down to Jacksonville. Joe Flacco can light them up. I think our defense can do enough. They're hindered. That's who I'd want to see. The Colts do scare me just because of their potential to put up points and the way that they ran all over us the first time, and that was without Jonathan Taylor. And I'd really rather just not see CJ Stroud. A rookie in his first ever playoff game, okay, cool, but this is not your typical rookie.
I don't want to give anybody bulletin board material, so I don't want to say we want Jacksonville, because then if the worst thing happens and we lost, we got to hear be careful what you wish for and all that stuff. But if I have to pick a team, Jacksonville is who I would want to see for a couple reasons. You guys talked about they're banged up. And, Trevor Lawrence isn't 100%. If Christian Kirk does come back, he's going to be coming off a 4 or 5 week rest. You don't know if he's going to be 100%. Another huge thing, I feel like that would be the best atmosphere for us. I feel like that would basically be a home game down in Florida. So
I don't think Indy would be a home game.
No, because they actually care about their football team. There's probably more Browns fans that live in Jacksonville than there is Jacksonville fans.
That's true. Everyone from Ohio goes to Florida. Like that's
exactly. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that would be the best atmosphere. I personally feel like the toughest atmosphere would be Houston, in terms of they didn't expect to be here. They got their rookie quarterback. Like their fans are going to be like us a little bit in terms of like just be going crazy because they're somewhere where they maybe didn't think they were going to be. But in terms of scariest team for us to play, in my opinion, it's the Colts. I think we can score on all their defenses, but I think so when I was looking at this, I said, which one of these teams has the best offensive coordinator? And it's / offensive head coach, and it's the Colts. And then, to be honest, it's not even really close. Shane Steichen is going to be competing with Kevin Stefanski for Coach of the Year. We run man. That's what we do. And the last time we played the Colts, they ran a ton of pre-snap motion and stuff like that to get us out of man. And we had to play a lot more zone in that game, and they shredded us because of it. Now, I would expect Jim Schwartz to have some kind of counter to that, but Shane Steichen is going to have a counter to that counter. They got weapons. Gardner Minshew is definitely not as good as CJ Stroud or Trevor Lawrence, but he's perfectly capable of playing good football. Especially with with a guy like Steichen calling the plays. I feel like Lucas Oil will be loud. It's the dome. It'll be a rough environment. Like Josh said, they ran all over us, and that was without Jonathan Taylor. So to me, the Colts is the game. That's the team I don't want to see. That's the team I would see us potentially having the most issues defensively. Second would be the Texans, because even though we just kind of steamrolled them, we're not going to face Case Keenum and Davis Mills. So to me, it's Jacksonville. I think it's the friendliest environment for us to go down and play in. And I just think with the way they're banged up, they're kind of limping into the playoffs in terms of, and we're, as we're peeking into the playoffs, so to speak. So that's just kind of my thought process. I'm not afraid of anybody. I think we can go into any one of these places and get the win. I almost feel like the Browns are going to be favored on the road probably. But I think matchup to matchup, Jacksonville is where I would want to be.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dawgs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dawgs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedawgspodcast.com.